Hello, everybody, and welcome to Empower for You. You know, First of all, I'm so excited. I got to give a shout out to my lifelong friend and now my hairdresser, my classmate, um, Sharon Davis. Oh my God. I just now started my lock journey. I've been trying to start it for years and tried to get several people to do my hair. And just so happened the universe knew that I needed this done. And how about the universe sent me what I needed in my classmate? She did my hair. I don't know if you guys can see it. She's starting locks for me. I guess you guys can see that pretty good. I think she did a great job personally. I think it's going to turn out wonderful. And she has her own shop called the Uppercut Barber Salon, Barber Lounge. Sharon, if I said that wrong, I'm sorry. But I'm truly excited about my lock journey, and then I have somebody to walk that journey with me, and it's very important for all of us to have someone to encourage us and to lead us down a path that they've already been down. They've already gone through the obstacles and the pitfalls, so they can make it a little easier for us. So, thanks, Sharon. Appreciate it. So, today, guess what? We're going to talk about balance. That's what we're going to talk about balance today. Okay? Because a lot of us are out of balance. Oh my God. Most of us, majority of us, are so out of balance, we don't know what balance is anymore. Okay. The first thing in balance is to know when to say no. Do you know that? The first thing in balance is knowing when to say no. Do you know why majority of us are so out of balance, stressed out, and crazy? Because we don't know when to say no. We don't know when enough is enough. We don't know. Our body most time is crying out to us about, I need some rest. I need some me time. I need you to back up from a whole lot of situations. I need you to back up from some people. I mean, your body gives you these these signals letting you know that, hey, something needs to happen right here. You need some me time, you need some play time, you need anything other than work or some type of energy draining time. See, a lot of times we tend to give out, and we tend to give out, and we tend to give out, and we tend to give out. But sometimes we fail to recharge our own batteries. Sometimes we need to get quiet and get to ourselves and recharge our own batteries, because a lot of us are working on fumes. I've been there. I know. You're so exhausted, not just physically exhausted, but you are mentally and spiritually exhausted. And you're not good for yourself. You're not good for anybody. Yep, still got the gnats. I'm working on it. But I'm telling you, there has to be an even keel. There has to be some type of balance in there. There has to be some type of balance in our lives for us to be healthy and whole. Okay? And a lot of us, do you know what a lot of us have forgotten how to do? We've forgotten how to play. Do you know that? We have literally forgotten how to play, how to have fun. We're so serious all the time. We've forgotten how to play. You know that? I had to figure that out because it was like everything around me, I was always so serious. And me, everybody already knows that, I'm real silly and goofy. And but there was a time, in my life where there was so much going on that I lost that sense of self. I've always been the one to make everybody around me laugh, to be the icebreaker and the peacemaker and all that other different type of stuff. But when you lose sight of your playtime, your laugh time, even the scripture says laughter is like a medicine. And some of us are so sick. We are so sick because we're so serious and stressed all the time. We have forgotten how to laugh, how to play, how to have fun, joke around. I mean, when we were kids, that was our everyday routine. But now that we have gotten older, we have families, we have jobs, we have responsibilities. Yes, we have all of those things, but those things have their place. Well, what are you saying, Falama? I need to know. What I'm saying is all of those things have their place. Yes, those are priorities. Yes, you have your priorities in line because you know that if you don't work, you don't eat. Even the books say that. But however, in the meantime, there needs to be a happy medium there. There needs to be a balance between work and play, family and fun, folks and you. Do you see what I'm saying? There's sometimes when I don't want to be bothered with anybody. I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to hear nobody. And during those times of needing that withdrawal, that solitude, that time to get my mind right, to get myself back on track, that is the very time that people want to infringe on you. And when people tend to infringe on you during that time, that's a time when you're real edgy. You short with people. And when you become like that, you get edgy and prickly and, everything sort of kind of gets on your nerves. That's when you know. Up, skirt, put on brakes, walk away, go into your closet or wherever it is that you need to go, and you need to find yourself again. Because a lot of times when we get in those places like that, we've lost ourselves. We've allowed everybody else around us, the situations around us, everything around us to take precedence now over ourselves. Other people's problems, other people's issues. All these outside forces now have invaded our space. And some of us who don't know how to say no, we allow that to continue. We allow ourselves to continue to be invaded. Your plate is already full, but you keep allowing people to just keep spooning it in, spooning it on. I can handle it. I can handle it. Keep spooning it on, keep spooning it on. And a good friend of mine told me this, and I'll never forget it. She said, enough pressure will bust a pipe. And you know what happens when a pipe bursts, don't you? That turns into a red hot mess. When your pipe bursts, that means that you're so full, you've had no outlet, you've had no vent out. That means that you are so full that when it does come out, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be tactful. There's not going to be any diplomacy. might not even be any common decency when it comes out, because you are so full and so done. When you become so full and so done of everybody else's junk, that lid gonna come off. That lid is going to come off, and you are going to blow up. And God forbid, whoever it blows up on, it may be due to them, or they may be collateral damage. Most times, the person is collateral damage. They just tend to be that last spoonful, that straw that just broke, and then everything just explodes out. And then they're standing there looking at you like, oh my God, what did I do to you? And all of these things just spew out. Yeah, and I'm speaking from experience. I have been called a lot of things. I have been called volatile, not a team player, outspoken, all these different types of things. You know the drill. You know the drill about being able to speak your mind, speak your piece, say what you say, mean what you say. We all have those traits. It's just a matter where you use it. Just ask yourself, just how overwhelmed are you? How out of balance are you? What are you doing to attempt to balance yourself? Are you having your withdrawal time? Even at work, there can be a withdrawal time. Because even at my job, there were moments that I had to withdraw myself, to try to sort of kind of get some semblance of sanity back, because in what I was doing, I constantly had people in my face. It was constant. People were constantly in my face, constantly on the phone, and you get overwhelmed and you'll just crack because it's so much coming at you. That's too much stimulation. You're overstimulated. And when you become overstimulated, then, everything is just like coming at you like going 100 in a car. And when you get to that place, then there's that thin line between sanity and insanity that you're going to cross it. And God forbid who is ever there when the line is crossed. But that's when we must know when to withdraw, to pull back and try to gather ourselves. Learn when to say no. A lot of times, you're already overwhelmed, you're already overworked, you're already overstressed, and somebody brings you something, just tell them no. I can't take that right now. I cannot take that right now. I got a lot going on. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be ugly, darling. I honestly do not. But right now is not a good time for me to take on new challenges. And that's okay. That is perfectly okay, because now you're in a place to safeguard yourself. And a lot of us, we have no idea how to safeguard ourselves. We don't. We were taught how to help other people, but it was various times when we were taught how to safeguard ourselves from other people and from other things. Yes, even the scripture tells us, yes, we are to be helpers to one another. But sometimes somebody needs to help you. It is fine and great for everyone to come to you when they feel that they need great advice, or they need a shoulder to cry on, they need somebody to lean on. But where are they when you need to lean? Where are they when you're crying, when you're up at 2 and 3 in the morning, not knowing which way to turn, what to do, or anything? Where are they? You know? And I'm telling you, there needs to be a balance. How out of balance are you? How out of balance are you? With your friends and stuff, do you have a balance? With your social life, is there a balance there? Are you at work so much that your friends forgotten how you look? Or vice versa? You're with your friends so much that your job don't know how you look. There has to be a balance there between social life and work. Do you see what I'm saying? Every now and then you need to go out. Go out to a movie. Go out and get something to eat. Go out and be amongst people that you do not know. And guess what? I remember one time I wanted to go and get something to eat. Okay. So what I did, I started calling everybody I knew. Everybody was either busy or they didn't answer the phone. I said, well, I guess I'm not gonna go. Can't find nobody to go with me. Well, I guess I'm not gonna go. And something said to me, really? So you're going to deny yourself a meal because nobody's going with you? Are you serious? Go on and go where you're gonna go. I was like, oh, I can do that. So what I did was I got in my car, drove to Ruby Tuesday, and I sat down, got a table, sat down. And while you're sitting there, you're gazing the room like, yeah, there's somebody in here I know. I know somebody in here. I know there's going to be somebody in here. I didn't know a living soul. There was absolutely nobody in the place that I knew. So I'm sitting there at the table by myself, and the guy brings over the menu. You by yourself? Yeah, by myself. I ordered my food and everything. The food came to the table. And I'm sitting there looking at the food, and some said, you just gonna sit there and look at it? That is what you ordered, right? It is correct, right? I was like, yeah, it's correct, right? But, went up, fixed my salad and stuff, came back, brought it back, and started eating. And I was like, wow, this is sort of good. This is sort of good. My entree came, and I was like, this is sort of good. And then something spoke to me and said, does your food taste any different because you're by yourself? Bing. No. My food didn't taste any different because I was by myself. Sometimes that's what we need. Because a lot of times when you go out to eat, you spend more time talking than you do eating. We eat and we taste the food later. You see what I'm saying? Because what do we say? Girl, that was so good. Was. Because during a meal, we are so busy trying to interact and communicate and ketchup and all those different things that we forget about the meal. So that gave me a chance to actually taste my meal. That my lettuce was crispy on my salad, the carrots were crispy, that the ranch dressing was creamy and added a certain flavor to the salad. I know that sounds trivial and even crazy, but majority of the time when I'm there, I don't pay attention to that. All I know is I got a green salad in front of me with everything I want on it, and I'm shoveling it in my mouth, trying to catch up on the news. Like the food is like a byproduct of, of the whole evening. When actually the food is the main focus of the meeting. So then when I took that other element out, a whole nother person, to be by myself, now who becomes the main focus? Me. I do. And I can focus now on what it is that I'm eating. I can actually enjoy what I paid my money for because I can taste it. Seems weird, huh? It's balance. And sometimes balance has to come by us being by ourselves. Balance has to come in solitude. I'm not a big exercise fanatic, as you can see. But sometimes a brisk walk by yourself, a swim, meditation, yoga, all these other activities that you can do by yourself. You don't have to have anybody to walk with, because in all actuality, one or two things is going to happen. Either you're going to walk at their pace or they're going to walk at yours. But if you're walking by yourself, you set your own pace. You're by yourself, you are focused. And if you want to do, say, 1,000 steps, 5,000 steps, how many steps you want to get in on a certain period of time, now you've set that goal for yourself. And you're not having to worry about somebody keeping up with you or you keeping up with somebody else. It's all on you. Sounds simple, huh? And during that walk, there's all these things that you can release out, all these frustrations that you can vent out during that walk. During that quiet time, put your headphones on, put your favorite music on, and get your strut on. Get to walking, walk it out, walk it out, walk it out, walk it out. Balance some things. We need to balance some things. And do you not know that when you're out of balance, you're not healthy either? You're going to have heart problems, high blood pressure problems, diabetes. You're going to be overweight. All of these factors will play into you being out of balance. Because remember, disease is nothing but dis-ease. Your body is dis-eased. It's out of balance. And when you're out of balance and you are dis-eased, then disease has a doorway to come in and take over. You know that? But when we find healthy outlets for ourselves, a better way to balance ourselves, to balance our lives, then we will find ourselves healthier, more energy, and we're actually wiser in our thinking. We make better eating choices. We make healthy eating choices. We're healthier about the things that we do. We're healthier about the things that we say, how we handle life situations. Because when you're not overstressed and overburdened, you handle situations better. You're more sober in your thinking. You're more level-headed in your thinking because you're not stressed out and afraid to death that you're going to do something either on impulse or out of emotion. Your thought process will be better. Your concentration will be better. Even your relationships, even your simplest everyday relationship will be better. Your relationship with yourself will be better. You will actually know how to deal with yourself once you bring some balance into play. It's all about balance. Where there's a yin, there's a yang. What's your yin? What's your yang? What exactly are you doing to help yourself come into balance? To come back to center. This is center. Right here. This is center. Not you're all over the place. You're just all over the place in everything, doing everything. You're just all over the place. Stop. Stop the madness. Stop the chaos. Come back to center. Come back to center. Center begins with you. You are the governor of everything that comes into your body and into your life. You are the governor. And you are to govern what comes in, what needs to go out, and what needs to be thrown out and or cut off. But nobody can do those things but you. That's your job. That is your job, to create your own balance. That's your job. There should be things in your life that you will not accept. And if you don't accept it, then why receive it? Anything that you don't want, why receive it? Why do that? You're adding on unnecessary burden on top of what you already have. Now, this is an unnecessary burden to stress you out, get you stressed out over something that you're not even a part of. You don't even have any reason carrying that. That needs to go in the 87 file. File 87. That's where that needs to go. And a lot of us, we need to clean our desk off. We need to clean our plates off. We need to clean our area up. Because some of us have a whole lot of unnecessary trash around and clutter that we can't even see the desk, let alone the plate. And somewhere along the line, we need to take that time to do a little inventory, to do a little spring cleaning, come back to center, and balance ourselves out. Come back to balance. Come back to center. Let's bring those stress levels down. Let's bring that down. Let's breathe. Learn to breathe in in, out. Learn to breathe. You would be surprised as to what would happen if a stressful situation or something came up, and instead of just automatically reacting like we most do, take a breath. Do you see what just happened? I took that breath and I let that breath out. And that brought down my anxious level. That it brought that down. It cleared my head up a little bit and gave me a chance to sort of kind of get a bead on what just happened or what was said. Sometimes it may take more than one cleansing breath, maybe 2, 5, depending on. But just know there has to be a balance. We all need balance in our lives. We have to have that in order to be healthy, in order for us to be good for ourselves, for other people, for our jobs, for our children, for our family. There has to be a balance there. You know, I looked at myself and hadn't had a vacation in a while, and and I was like, okay. So what I did was, I took a mini vacation. I left one job and was getting ready to start another one. So I took that gap in between starting and made that into a sort of a mini vacation for myself. I did some things that I liked, went out with some people that I liked, and got a chance to really sort of kind of focus on myself. I didn't have to go anywhere, because to me, not being at work is a vacation. I know for most of you, that may be a vacation too, not having to be at work, not having to be responsible for anything but yourself. And I enjoyed that. I got a chance to eat when I wanted to get up when I wanted to actually rest, to actually get some needed sleep and rest, to actually recharge my own batteries for myself. Just doing something for myself. And what did that do? That brought me back to balance. It brought me back to center. Being able to reconnect with myself, to get rid of a whole lot of mental clutter that I had going on, to be able to cleanse my mind and to cleanse my spirit of a whole lot of clutter. And it feels great. I've actually lost 4 pounds because there's no stress. Stress puts on weight. It adds weight. You see what I'm saying? Even the scripture says to lay aside every weight that so easily besets us. That means some of that stuff in your life, you need to lay that junk aside, because you carrying around stuff that's weighing you down and impeding your forward progress. Lay some of that stuff down. You can't run a race with a dead man tied to your back. Did you just hear that? You cannot run a race and win, even endure, let alone win, a race with a dead man tied to your back. That may be something to think about. Some of us are too heavy. We have too much baggage. Lay some of that stuff down. You carrying around other folks' stuff. They not carrying it. You are. They walking around free and you walking around with their junk. Give them their junk back. Sell their junk. Pawn their junk. Burn their junk up. However you get rid of it, get rid of it. That's not yours. That stuff is not yours to carry around. Get them their stuff back. So you can get your balance working again. How out of balance are you? There may be some things you need to work on to gain your balance back, to gain your life back, to gain your freedom back. Because some of us are so bound and bowed down with the cares of the world and other people that we've lost our sense of self and we've lost our sense of balance. Think about that. Think about that heavily, that, with carrying around the weight of others, carrying around others. Some people so lazy they won't even walk. I wouldn't either. Somebody carry me. I know that sounds bad, but I'm serious. Look how many babies you got around you. All these people just hanging off of you, and you're carrying all this weight, and they're not carrying anything. Not when they have you. Remember, learn when enough is enough and when to say no. Come back. Find your balance. Come back to center. Come back to center with me. Find your balance. Okay? Have a great one.